Hello, my name is Minecraft Phenom 08, and this is episode 23 of my 1 Billion Iron Ingot Challenge in Minecraft 1.16. In today's episode, I am going to finish my iron ore processing facility that I started last episode. It is a very complex system of machines, so I wasn't able to finish it last time, but I will this time. So let's get started. So where I dropped off is I have dirty iron slurry over here, and the next step in the process is I need to clean it with these chemical washers. So I'm going to do that by placing my chemical washers over here. So let's go ahead and dig this out and get it some power. So I'm going to put the first line of chemical washers right here, and just like I did last episode, I am just going to basically set up one chemical washer, and then I will do the rest of them between episodes to kind of finish out the factory. But right now I'm just worried about getting it up and running and seeing and making sure that it's all going to work. So let's go ahead and run this convoy here. Between episodes, I have gone ahead and basically got all of my previously placed machines ready to go, and I have even added some upgrades to many of them as well. So I've added some energy upgrades and muffling upgrades, as well as some speed upgrades to some of the machines. I'm definitely going to need to add speed upgrades to these machines. Not really sure why I didn't do that, but whatever. So let's go ahead and start placing down these chemical washers. And I have 15 of these, just like I have 15 of the other machines, with a few exceptions of like pulverizers and stuff. But so this chemical washer, I need to give it the dirty iron slurry, which I should be able to extract out the top side, I believe. So let's go ahead and see if we can do that. So let me configure this to have the slurries eject out the top slide, or the top side rather. So I actually thought those would be liquids. Maybe they're going to be gases. Okay, they're gases. That's kind of weird actually, because I kind of thought a slurry was kind of a liquid type mixture. But whatever, it doesn't super matter as long as I can transport it. So let's go ahead and set these up. I have set all of these machines up to extract the slurries out the top, so the dirty iron slurry is getting into this ultimate pressurized tube right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up from the middle here, and I'm going to bring it over to my chemical washers and drop down once again in the middle here. So let's go ahead and set this up right here. Okay, there we go. Okay, so there we go there. And let's go ahead and connect up the rest of them, even though I'm only going to be setting up one of them to actually be functional for right now. Let's go ahead and tell this to input the slurries. Okay, so it has basically input everywhere, so that's fine by me. I will need to give these fluids, so I will need to give them water actually. So let's go ahead and set up some ultimate mechanical pipe here. And that is cool. Let me see here. So all of these are filled with slurries. Let's go ahead and knock a hole in the floor, say right here, because I do have water in the basement, and I'm just going to tap into what I already have. I should have plenty of water to go around, so let's go ahead and do that. I think the best way to do this might be to just kind of go this way with this pipe here, and then connect it up through this right here. So let's have this go up. Okay, so this is just kind of a rat's nest, to be honest, but that's okay. It's the basement. And then we can go up from here and then over. Okay, I heard those machines start, so they are loud. Yeah, these things are loud. So what we can do about that is we can grab some of these muffling upgrades, and I've already done this with all of my existing machines. It actually sounds like all of the all of these washers are going. I'm not sure how fast they are, but let's go ahead and add these muffling upgrades because that's kind of a little distracting. Most of the other machines are actually much quieter than these machines. These are rather loud, so sorry about that. Okay, I can already hear them quieting down, so that's cool. That means the muffling upgrades are doing very well. So this clean iron slurry, I actually need to take out the top side, which is going to be slightly problematic here, because once I place down an ultimate pressurized tube right here, it is going to want to connect to this ultimate pressurized tube. So I think what I'm going to do right now is, for right now, let's go ahead and disconnect this right here. And I would say it might be best to just wait on this to empty, but I don't think that's going to happen. So I might just go ahead and break these for right now. And let's go ahead and add ultimate pressurized tubes right here and here. Not there. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that one. Right here. And what I need to do is I need to separate these. So right now there's nothing in here. So I should be able to separate them like so. And then I can reattach these. And now what I want to do is I want to set all of these machines to be extract the slurries on the top slide, or top side rather. So as we can see, we have the clean iron slurry. And I'm going to go ahead and run more of this conduit here across, but I'm not going to bother setting up the rest of these chemical washers. So let's grab some more of this ultimate pressurized tube, because I need more of that, and just connect these up right here. Okay, so the next step in the process is I need chemical crystallizers, and I'm going to place them right over here. So let's get those going. Let's go ahead and stack what we can. And these are chemical crystallizers. So let's see here. I should have enough of these, and I do. And I believe I just have one input and one output beyond the energy, obviously. So let's go ahead and start this right here, and then we'll run our electrical conduit right here once again. I think this is the best place for it. And then we will simply connect it up like we've done right here. One thing I should mention is that all of these machines are actually taking a significant amount of energy to run, especially when I start adding the speed upgrades to them. It really pretty dramatically increases their energy consumption. And the thing is, I'm going to need speed upgrades because I'm going to be dealing with a lot of iron ore. So yeah, this whole system is going to take a lot of energy. So let's go ahead and set up our more ultimate pressurized tube right here. And I think let's go ahead and put it back here. And actually, it'd probably be easier if I did it this way. And then I need to connect it up with this over here. And I'm actually going to offset this a little. That way I don't have any problems running into this right here. And let's just do it right here. I know it's going to look a little... I did not mean to do that. I'm glad that those didn't connect because they weren't allowed to, because this actually does have some clean iron slurry in it. So what I need to do is let's grab this and set it to wrench mode, and then I can pretty easily wrench that away. So I do want to reset that to configure items mode, and let's continue with this. And then we can just drop this down right here. So there we go. And these are loud as well. My goodness. So let's get some more muffling upgrades. One thing I guess I could do is I could just turn off machine sounds for right now. That would probably be quicker. So it looks like these machines are faster than those over there. But then again, I had all 15 of these running versus just one of them over there. So maybe that's not actually the case. So let's go ahead and get these muffled. Once again, there are 15 of them. Okay, so the next step in the process is chemical injection, and I will actually need to set up a system in the basement to make hydrogen chloride. Okay, so that guy is annoying, so I'm going to get rid of him. And I'm going to get rid of his little helpers as well. So let's get rid of all this stupid stuff. And sorry about that, but yeah, I did not want them there. So let's go ahead and set up the chemical injection. And we're going to set that up over here. So the chemical injection will work with hydrogen chloride as well as this clean iron slurry. So we're going to have two inputs and an output. So I'm going to put that right here. So let's go ahead and set up the energy once again. I'm probably going to need some more ultimate energy cable here. So yeah, 100% I will. So let's grab some more of that. And thankfully I do have a lot of this stuff made up. So let's go ahead and once again run this across. And then across down here as well. Okay, so let's get these chemical injection chambers. And are these ultimate or not? They are, I believe. They are the ultimate injecting factories. So the basic tier would be called the... Oh, I got them all. Okay, cool. So the basic tier would be the chemical injection chamber or something. I think it's called something like that. Anyways, what we're going to do is we're going to place 15 of these across. And yeah, I think that is correct. If for whatever reason these don't work, I will have to use the basic tier, but I don't see why that would be the case. So actually having 15 of these is probably going to be completely overkill, but you know what, that's fine. So let's go ahead and set this up. So we have the inputs over here. Let's go ahead and set up the outputs. And we have iron crystals, which are items. So I do need the ultimate logistical transporter. And let's go ahead and set these up right here. And then I need to set these up to... Actually, I'm not sure that I do need to do that. So let me... let's hit the middle one right here and let's set up its side configuration. Let's say output out to the face side. Actually, this isn't the one I want to set up. This is the one because this one's in the middle. So let's try that one more time. Items configuration, output the front side, auto eject. And let's go ahead and set or connect this up to these machines over here. We're going to do that through this right here. And then we're going to input them right here. Okay, it does look like, actually it does not look like I will need to use my configurator. It looks like they will auto eject. So that is good to see. We have some iron crystals in here and we need hydrogen chloride in here. Now this is going to be a slightly complicated system to make hydrogen chloride. Not really that complicated, but we can go ahead and set that up. So this is actually, let me see here, a 3-step process after water, and we already have water, so that's not a big deal. And we actually have water tubes right here. So let's go ahead and figure out where the middle is. So let's start the thermal evaporation chamber because that is what we need to make first. So we have these thermal evaporation blocks, thermal evaporation controller, and thermal evaporation valves. So we'll need all of that, and we will also need a resistive heater. And we have one of those, and we'll need energy, and then we'll need water pipes and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and start setting this up. If I remember how to do this correctly, let's make this 4x4. And then let's build this up. And this isn't going to be super big, but I can make it pretty quick with how I have my resistive heater set up. So if I remember right, it needs to be set up something like that. And let's get the controller. Let's actually put it over here. Okay, so it did form up. So that was the red particle effects. We do need some of these thermal evaporation valves. So let's set one of them up over here. And that is in the middle. That's where I wanted that. And then let's set two of them up over here. So the 3 valves are going to be used. One is going to be the water input. One is going to be the heat input from this resistive heater right here, and then one is going to be the output. So let's get that all going. So right now let's get the water going in. So this actually does work without heat, but it works very, very slowly. If you add heat, it works a lot faster. So as you can see, we have a lot of water in here. Let's go ahead and hook up this resistive heater. So this resistive heater has two input or two sides that can basically be connected to things, and they are the green sides. The other green side is up against that valve right there, and that is giving this heat. And it is actually running right now because it did have some energy from my flux capacitor right here. As we can see, that is going down. So I do need to hook that up to power. So I do have some power pretty close by, so let's go ahead and connect that up as well. So there we go, we have power. And one cool thing about these resistive heaters is you can kind of crank them up. Right now it's using 40 forge energy per tick. I'm going to tell it to make or use 1,000 for right now, and that is going to crank up the heat. That will also crank up the brine production. So this brine is what we need to send to a thermal or an electrolytic separator, sorry. So let me double check that because yeah, I'm not 100% about that. So brine, we need to send to an electrolytic separator. Okay, so we need the chlorine here. The sodium is going to be a waste product. Is that going to be a liquid or gas? And I'm not 100% sure. If it's a gas, I can actually get rid of it pretty easily. I don't think it is, though. I think it's a liquid. So let's go ahead and set this up. We do need to set this up to be an extract. Okay, so we got that going. Let's go ahead and set up some machines here. So we need the electrolytic separators, and we have 15 of those. Let's go ahead and get rid of these blocks. I may need to make this thermal evaporation chamber bigger, and that wouldn't super be a problem, but I don't think I will. Okay, so the heat is really, really high right now. What I'm going to do just temporarily is I'm going to knock this back down. And the heat's really high because I have a bunch of brine in here, or I have... Actually, no, I don't have a bunch of brine in here. It is all emptying still into this because this does hold a lot of brine. So let's go ahead and set up our electrolytic separators. Whoops, did not mean to do that. And we'll use 15 of these. If I remember right, these actually do use a decent amount of power. So yeah, definitely want 15 of these. So let's go ahead and set up the inputs here with the ultimate mechanical pipe. And you know what, for the time being, let's go ahead and turn off the sounds for these. Just to make things a little bit simpler for me and you. Okay, there we go. We have that flowing in, and obviously the backside is an input. So we're going to have to extract the sodium. Okay, actually, you know what? I can dump the excess sodium. So that is perfect. So that is what I'm going to do because I only need the chlorine. So let's actually let's use this one to set up. So I am going to dump the excess sodium. I do need to get the chlorine here. So let me see here. So I'm not sure if the chlorine is a fluid or a gas. So let me put this right here and let's set this up. So fluids can't eject. Okay, so I'm guessing it's a gas then. So on the top side, I want the light blue. So let's go to gases. And I have the wrong conduit here. That's why it's not ejecting. So let's try this ultimate pressurized tube. Let's put that on top, and we have chlorine in there. So that's fantastic. Why is this not running right now? It doesn't have power. That's why. Woo. So I do need to hook that up to power. That should not be a problem. Let's, you know what, we'll just do it right here. Not that big of a deal. It's not going to look the cleanest, but that's okay. Okay, so that's all we need there. So let's put that back and let's grab the ultimate universal cable here. And let's run our electrical conduit to these guys. And actually, just to make things look a little better, I'm going to replace those with stone blocks because I will be able to see down here. Actually, no, I wouldn't have. Oh well, whatever. So let's just run this directly up and connect it right there. So these are running, and I will need to configure the rest of them to be like this, but that's not really a big deal. I don't want the second output to be to the right. So as we can see, we're getting chlorine here, and what we need to do with that chlorine is we need to send it to a chemical infuser. So let's go ahead and set those up. So we have chemical infusers. Oh, do I not have them made? I don't. Or are they ultimate infusing? Let me see here. Okay, so it should be this right here, right? Let me double check this. So how do we make the infusing? No, it is not going to be this right here. So we do need the chemical infuser. So actually, let's double check this. So we're making chlorine here. So let's look up chlorine, and it's just chlorine. So we do need the chemical infuser with hydrogen. We do have hydrogen being made, and before I said that I thought that was a waste product, that is not the case at all. It is not a waste product. So I think what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to dig this trench out to run my electrical cable here. And to connect this up, I'm actually going to run this down and over. That way I don't have more conduits basically coming from the top side here. And let's grab the ultimate universal cable, and it does look like I have enough, although I will need to grab some more shortly, because I have plenty more machines to set up. Like I said, this is a complicated process. So let's go ahead and get those, and I already forgot, chemical infusers. So it shouldn't take my system very long to make these. So let's go ahead and tell it to make those. I only need one for right now. I can set up the rest of them between episodes. So let's see here. We are getting a gas of chlorine. So let's run our conduits. We might as well. So we'll run this right here. This can be this right here. So let's run this across for right now. Because this is where we are. Okay, I already have all these, so that's cool. Let's get rid of that. So let's grab some more of the ultimate pressurized pipe. Okay, there we go. And we'll run this up from, let's do up from the middle. Whoops, did not mean to do that. And I hear a spider outside, and I don't particularly like it. Okay, so there's that. And then the hydrogen can be input from the backside, I think. So let's go ahead and do that. And let's... Okay, so the hydrogen is all the way over here, and I did set up a pipe for that. So we have hydrogen right here, and we do have oxygen in here, so I can go ahead and put these side by side and nothing bad will happen. So I should be able to do that. And yeah, this is going to be a rat's nest, but that's okay. You know what? I can run this just across the top here, and that should be fine. And I'm going to need even more of this. So let's grab more of it. And actually, you know what? I'm going to tell my system to make more of this stuff, because I have a feeling I'm going to need even more of it than I have made up. So might as well just be safe here and make more of it, or tell my system to make more of it. So we should be able to, okay, we got chlorine there. Let's get hydrogen here. Okay, cool. Now let's get a chemical infuser going. Let's put it right here. So we need, okay, so we need to configure these to be, on the front side we need input 1, on the back side we need input 2, and that should get going. So we're getting hydrogen chloride, and that is what we need. So I do need to, let's go ahead and set this up right here. So that's actually cool. Are we getting hydrogen? That's the wrong cable. That's why it's not working. Okay, so the hydrogen chloride needs to be output at the top. So I do not want this auto ejection on. Can I put this right here? I kind of figured that would happen. So what I think I need to do is I need to get rid of this for right now, and this, and this, and then this, and I need to replace this. Not there. It needs to go on the top here. So we have hydrogen chloride in there. Okay, we have hydrogen in here. We have, actually, I don't want to do that just yet. I want to place this right here. And I actually shouldn't have done that. So what I actually need to do is I need to tell this to not eject right now. So I need to turn that off. Now I can put this right here. It should be empty. I need to put this right here, and that needs to be empty. And I need to use my configurator right here to separate them. Okay. Okay, what I can do now is I can have this auto eject now, and that should be fine. And let's rehook this stuff up. So that's cool. So I'm going to need this hydrogen chloride to be pumped up. And let's actually punch a hole in the floor here, just so I can get up pretty easily. And I need that hydrogen chloride in these ultimate injecting factories, and I think I'm going to do that over here. Okay, so it's on the back wall there. So let's see here. I think it'll be easiest if I just do it right here. And actually, let's run this across and then down. I think that'll be the best way to do that. There we go. So we're getting hydrogen chloride. It's going up. Let's go ahead and plop down the rest of these chemical infusers. I'm not going to configure the rest of them right now, but I will between episodes. I just want to make sure that this whole system is going to work. And do I still have fluid in here? I don't. So I'm going to need to do kind of the same thing right here, where I kind of get rid of these 3 cables. That way I can set up this cable and then separate them. And now I can place the cables back down and get that going again. Okay, cool. Okay, I don't have the output set up. That's why those are stalled. But that's fine. I do have one going, and that's all I really, really need. Okay, so we got the hydrogen chloride going. It is coming up here. Let's see if we got anything going here. So it should be this one right here. We do. We have an iron shard right here, and this is an item. So we are going to need to pull that out with the ultimate logistical transporter here. And I have 2 stacks of those. I knew I was doing something there. So let's go ahead and set this up. Once again, I need to separate these right here, but this isn't really a problem because there's no items really going through right now. So yeah, don't need to really worry about doing all the same shenanigans as I was doing before. So let's go ahead and set these up, or set this down rather. So this is actually going to be a rather kind of long episode as well. So I do need to set this up to be auto eject out the top side. And I don't want to be ejecting out the right side. Auto eject out the top side, so that looks good. And now we need to go to a purification chamber. And let's set those up right here. And once again, let's go ahead and knock the floor out right here to run our energy. And let's grab some more ultimate universal cable. Does look like I'm running low on that once again. And we'll run this across, same as always. And we can connect up right there. So that's cool. Let's go back topside and let's set down our purification chambers. And they all are the ultimate purifying factories. And honestly, having 15 of these is probably going to be super mega overkill, but that's okay. What I can do is basically just not give them speed upgrades, just make them as efficient as possible. So we need to give these oxygen as well. So we're going to run the oxygen, I think in the... Actually, let's do the front side because I think I have the hydrogen here going right there. So that's going to kind of block my oxygen, or where I would want to put my oxygen. So let's hook this up. Let's do it from the middle, actually. And that would be... Would that be right there? That would not be right there. That would be right here, I believe. So let's hook that up from right here, and we need the ultimate pressurized tube once again. So let's run that across right here, and then we'll run that down. And I do have oxygen already being made in the basement, so that's not going to be a big deal. I just need to run the conduit over. So let me see here. Oxygen is right here. Do I have plenty of oxygen in there? I do. So I think what I'm going to do is make this even more of a rat's nest. And run this up from, say, right here. I did not mean to do that. Oh, is it gonna? Yeah, it's gonna want to do that no matter what. I don't really know why. Whatever. Let's just do this for right now. I know it looks terrible, but whatever. I'm just more worried about it running. So we're going to run that. Let's just run that just kind of across the room right here. That should be fine. Okay, so I do need more of that, but that's not a big deal. We should have plenty of it crafted up. Honestly, this might be the last of the ultimate pressurized tube that I need. Okay, so there we go. We got oxygen going. Let's go back up here. So do we have oxygen in here? We do. So we just need to get the items over here, and I'm actually just going to do that from the side here. Okay, so this is running. We do have items input on the top. Let's have the items output to the back because that's going to be pretty easy. So let's see here, output to the back. We will have auto eject on. Okay, so cool. Let's set these up back here. And then what we can do is find the middle, which is right here, and have these go up. And once again, I do need to disconnect this and run this up. And we're going to set up the next machines over here, and the next machines are going to be crushers. So from here on out, the system actually gets less complicated, I believe. So let's grab the ultimate crushers. And once again, we're going to be setting them up right here. So let's go ahead and rip this out and set up the energy cables. So yeah, we're actually getting pretty close to being done here. Okay, so where's the closest energy? It is right here, so that's going to be where I'm going to connect up. I have lots of energy cable running across this basement at this point, though. So let's set up the ultimate crushers. And once again, 15 machines right here is going to be super mega overkill, but that's okay. Not a problem at all. So let's go ahead and run that ultimate logistical transporter, and I'm going to need more of this again. Let's run that right here. That way, if I do add more machines in the future, I can just put them like right here, so on and so forth across, just to make this a little bit easier. Let's find the middle here and run up. Now we can just run this across. And there we go. Let's make sure these are input on the back. They are not. So this should start running. Okay, so these iron clumps will need to be sent to an enrichment chamber, I believe. Let me double check this. Enrichment chamber, yes. So I need enrichment chambers next, and we can do that over here. And I actually have more of these than I need. So ultimate enriching factories. And let's actually get rid of some of the stone here because I don't need all of that. And we're going to set these up right here. So let's once again rip this all out. Set up the energy here. And I'm actually super close to being done here. Okay, I didn't actually know I could fall through that. That's good to know. So it does look like we have energy right here. Let's just run that over. Fantastic. And let's see if we can't slip back through there. We can. So cool. So ultimate enriching factories. Fantastic. And we can run the outputs from the front side here. So let's grab more of the ultimate logistical transporters. And what we're going to do is I'm going to run it up from right here. Just run it across and then run it down right here. And it does look like I'm going to need more of this. No, I'm not. Maybe I won't. It's going to be close. I don't think I am going to need more of it. I think I have just about enough for this segment anyways. So let's go ahead and run these in here. And let's go ahead and set up this one right here. So on the front side, we do have an input on, let's do the back side, let's do the output. We do want the auto ejection on. So let me see here. Which one of these did I set up? Was it this one or was it this one? It was this one right here. So let's go ahead and tell the front side to be auto eject and on. So that should be over here and that should come right here. So this dirty iron dust will become just regular, I think, iron dust. So that's going to be fantastic. Let's double check that. Yes. So we get iron dust. And I'm going to send that iron dust to over here. And this will be my final set of machines. So that is fantastic. So right here, let's dig this out once again. Throw down some of the ultimate universal cable, which it looks like I need more of. And I also need more of the ultimate logistical transporter. So let's grab that as well. So there we go. We have everything that we should need from here on out. Let's go ahead and drop down and figure out where I want to grab my energy from. Let's grab it from right here. And just run this across right here. So let's grab those. Let's actually try to organize things a little bit here. So I will need these. So the ultimate smelting factories. That is the last step of the process. Okay, that was an enriching factory. Okay, there we go. I believe all of those are correct. Let's grab these and let's set these down. Fantastic. So these should have power now. Let's go ahead and set up the ultimate logistical transporter. And we'll have these be output from the backside. So let's go ahead and set that up. So I do have that already set up to be output to the backside. So that's good. And from here, I do want to do from the middle here. So let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that would be right here. And let's go ahead and have that be input right here. I could have done it from the front. I could have done it from the back. It honestly doesn't super matter, because I'll have the input from the front and then the output to the back then, or whatever, so on and so forth. So let me see here. We do want this to be input, so let's go ahead and set that up. And we should get some iron dust. So fantastic. We got some iron dust, and pretty soon we'll have some iron. So let's go ahead and set up the logistical transporter here, and this will be the output. So what we're going to do is we are going to output that to a black hole unit for storage. So let's see here. Let's grab a supreme black hole unit, and I can make these now, so that is fantastic. And let's go ahead and set that up. And let's go ahead and set it up, say, in the corner here, because I actually did know I had that blue covered cable there. So let's grab some covered cable. Let's grab a storage bus. And that's all I think I'm going to need for that. So let's go ahead and set up the storage bus. And let's grab, I can't spell iron. It's iron ingots. So let's grab those. Let's tell it it's only going to store iron ingots. And let's actually set this to a negative priority, because my ME system will not need to give this black hole unit iron ingots. The system right here will give the iron ingots for me. So let's go ahead and set up the input function for that. So we need some ultimate logistical transporter, and I'm going to need more of that, looks like. So that's not a big deal. And let's set that up. I do have the outputs to the front side, I think. Yes. So let's see here. Output to the front. Let's get rid of that. Auto ejection on. And now let's run this up from, say, right here. sorry about that. Run this over, and then we can just run it down from the corner. So we should get some iron pretty shortly. There we go. We have our first iron ingots from this complex factory. So what I will need to do between episodes is I'm going to be adding a bunch of speed upgrades to these machines, as well as configuring the machines that I didn't configure, because I only did one for each row of 15 machines. But it looks like everything is up and running, and that is pretty fantastic. Out of each iron ore the system processes, it will give me 5 iron ingots. It will use a lot of energy, and obviously is a very complex system, but it will be very, very efficient in giving me iron ingots. So that's going to be pretty fantastic. So I think that's a really good wrapping up point for today's episode. So in today's episode, I finished setting up this huge system right here to get me 5 iron ingots for each iron ore it processes. Right now it is rather slow because A, I don't have speed upgrades in all of the machines, and B, I only have one machine configured for several of the different functions here out of the 15 machines that are in each row of machines. So anyways, if you enjoyed today's episode, feel free to drop a like down below, and if you enjoy watching automation in Minecraft, such as this huge factory right here, definitely consider subscribing to my channel. Anyways, signing off, I am Minecraft Phenom 08, and I will see you next time.